Hi guys, welcome to the video. So today we'll take a look at another replay, which will be a 2v2 with SoulsKeeper again. This is the second but last replay. We'll be playing on Redwood Towers actually, so this is a little bit of a change. And we'll be playing once again on 75% game speed. I'm going Fallen, so I'm expecting SoulsKeeper to go Beast again. Which is true, and as you can see actually we are playing against Urakaar and Igor, which is actually MaCrOzerg, if I'm not mistaken here. So we have once again a little bit different opponents. SoulsKeeper is in the top left corner as Beast, as I said, and we have Urakaar against him also as Beast, which is kinda unusual. Usually he plays Empire, but sometimes he also plays Beast, so that was the case in this game. And with MaCrOzerg down here as Empire. As I said, I'm playing Fallen as usually. Of course, this is a little bit bigger map than Darkside Forest, so we have a little bit more options maybe for expanding. SoulsKeeper is already saying that he'll go for expansion, not immediate one. As you can see, he's building some buildings. Yeah, I'm saying that it is risky also, since he's not even fully closing his base. He's really vulnerable to some rush. But since Urakaar is playing Beast, I don't think they will go for rush. It's pretty hard to rush with Beast since your army is usually pretty immobile. Of course, MaCrOzerg is also closing his base here with barracks and farm. Yeah, this is really nice setup. You can still walk around here, I think, unless this tree blocks it, but I don't think so. So I'll need to add another control form here. But I blocked it on this side with control form. Then with the former, so there is just this white path in the middle where I will be taking my nightmares out. I'm already making a Souls trap. SoulsKeeper making a first warrior. Same on the Urakaar side. And of course MaCrOzerg also making his first swordsman, also making a second barrack after that. I mean behind the first barracks. And also blacksmith in the back, so potentially some pikemen. Trying to prepare for any bigger units. My Hivestinger is already here when his first swordsman came out, so definitely really fast scouting. He cannot really do anything with this. I will just scout what he's doing here. I will probably see the blacksmith. He actually gave up on chasing me, but he will have to come back. Or just kill me with my peasants, which is still slowing down his resource gathering, so this was still worth it. SoulsKeeper is going for the scout here. Urakaar is actually not even scouting, he's just standing in his base, which is not even closed, so I'm pretty confident we can scout him really easily. Also, this is not the smartest move because you have the vulnerable stables in the back, in the front, so it can get damaged really easily. And then you have arena behind it, which is the tanky building, which should be in the front. So either you need to solve the buildings or just put both of them in the front. But this is definitely the worst scenario. Yeah, then I would even go for SoulsKeeper's build order here, or build placement. Because even though he didn't close it here, he still has his minions protected and all buildings are kinda together. As you can see, I also have some scouts in the underground, just checking that there as well. Yeah, utilizing the healing fountain to heal my Hivestinger, also escaping from these two swordsmen that are chasing me. We already see a tower from MaCrOzerg trying to protect this expansion, so we can take it later. Also one tower behind his barracks, really well protected, so this will be basically unpushable if he puts like two swordsmen here. I'm already going for my Vengeance Hall. Yeah, just MaCrOzerg scouting this location if I had an expansion, which would be pretty reasonable with Fallen, but I didn't go for that in this game. I'm also scouting here and I'm actually finding this peasant, also the tower, but there is no expansion yet, so we don't need to worry about it. I'll actually try to damage the tower a little bit, which you can do pretty well with Hivestingers. But he will push me back, he will also repair it, so at least he wasted some resources on the repair. Urakaar basically mirroring MaCrOzerg there, making also a tower here. Probably trying to get the expansion as well. He has a ton of warriors. One Goblin Rider, a few Borons, but no witches. Doesn't even have Dark Culture, so also no trolls anytime soon. But he definitely wants to make more Goblin Hunters now, so he can get more Goblin Riders. Then maybe they will go for a push, we'll see. You also see a Gnome Workshop really quickly. Not even a temple yet, but... Actually, temple is here in the front, I didn't see that. So temple and Gnome Workshop immediately going for priests and catapults. But as you can see, I already have first Nightmare. I'm finishing my second Vengeance Hall and Sorrow Shrine while producing another Nightmare and more Hive Stingers. They still didn't even start making their expansions, so they just spent some resources on these towers. Didn't really get anything from that yet, so we definitely will have more units. I'm not sure if I actually want to push this, because as I said, they have a tower here. Maybe I didn't see that, but I was probably kinda scared that he's actually going for the expansion immediately. So I was just going here. It would be probably just better to send one Hive Stinger there, instead of going with full army here. As you can see, Urakaar is kinda reacting to it. But I'm doing a nice push here. I want to destroy the temple for free. I have much stronger army. He has basically no units to defend himself. Urakaar's army is pretty slow. He can basically get here only with his warriors. Goblin Riders will need to stay behind. I can hopefully destroy the temple at least, just to get some value from this push. Now I will try to immediately escape, which I should be able to. I probably don't have Nailed Scourge researched yet, but maybe I do. They are actually pretty fast, I probably do have that. So Urakaar only killed one Hive Stinger that I kinda used to bait him away. And SoulsKeeper is already in the middle. He didn't fight yet, he has a really strong army. He even moved his Goblin Raiders here, while Urakaar kept them at home to protect himself. Also, he's now afraid that SoulsKeeper will push him since he didn't see him yet. So he's moving back with all of his units, trying to protect the expansion he's already building. My push, of course, scared MaCrOzerg enough, so he doesn't go for expansion immediately. And right now we are just pushing together with a huge army. Now Urakaar realized that he cannot just stand here, he needs to act. They just need to fight together and he needs to use all of his units. So he's moving here slowly with his Goblin Riders. Now he was not paying attention to his army, so he just ran into us. So we did some free damage here. We'll probably not kill a single unit, but at least we damaged him. So he will either need to waste some time to heal himself in the fountain, if we actually let him be there. Or he will need to just have an injured army. But we will probably continue pushing this way. Urakaar is still not there, so we definitely have some time. I already have decent amount of nightmares. I don't have the biggest amount of mana on them, so I won't be able to shield all of these units, but definitely at least something. Now we spotted some catapults in a really strong position, so this will be really hard to push, but at least we can make sure that there is no expansion. Even though Urakaar already has one, he actually doesn't have minions there, so it's not the biggest problem. But he actually came here already with his army. He doesn't have bestiaries, so no trolls are coming anytime soon from him. SoulsKeeper also. He is actually making 2 bestiaries at once, but he's not producing a single troll yet. Right now we managed to split them up, so we'll be able to kill Urakaar's army in this location, while MaCrOzerg just doesn't have a strong enough army to actually come help him fast enough. But he has 3 catapults, which is really dangerous. We don't have really any siege units to actually fight against that, but as you can see, the catapults are just so slow that we can kite them out, even with these slow Goblin Riders. So we are just able to kill Urakaar's army basically 2v1, while just using a few units to slow down MaCrOzerg's army. And now I will just get some new skeletons here to support my army again, since I already made few matriarchs, and we can just continue pushing here. We can definitely kill this catapult. And now we'll probably just wait for some trolls so we can destroy the tower there. And also the catapults. Urakaar lost all of his units. And even though he has an expansion, he is still actually only investing more resources into it, since he doesn't have minions there yet. And he definitely didn't get 400 gold from that yet. He's getting some extra gems, but as you can see, he has 800 gems that he's not even using. So this expansion definitely didn't pay off yet. Right now we are just moving back towards the middle to get some extra healing, because we have time before the trolls come. I don't know what SoulsKeeper was doing here, because he has the bestiaries for a really long time now, and he's not producing a single troll yet, even though he definitely has resources for that and also population. But hopefully he will fix that really quickly, because I don't think I can get to Avengers. I'm just making a third hive, but maybe we'll decide to push it without siege units. Then I don't really see the point of making the bestiaries, but okay, maybe he wants to go for ogres or something since he's making a henge. Yeah, but basically everyone is sitting on really low resources. We have more population than they have. MaCrOzerg basically cannot go for expansion at this point, so he's kinda log here with his catapults. He's actually going with an arc to this location, which is pretty smart. We don't really have any air, but the question is if he can even get some value from that. Urakaar is pretty weak army here. He's going for another stable because he lost ton of barons there. Yeah, so one scout here from MaCrOzerg. Still sitting on 3 catapults, now investing the resources to his expansion. Actually he has teamwork, so he can power build it with 5 peasants advance, which is definitely really good. I'm just checking this location in case, but I was definitely not expecting the expansion there. I don't have too many hive singers, but I still have at least few archers with me. I mean, some skeletons, skeleton archers and skeletal warriors. But as you can see, SoulsKeeper just focused on front line basically purely with ton of warriors, so I don't even need to worry about that. I will just make few hive stingers to utilize the pike damage. Outside of that we can just push this with pure nightmares combined with the front line of the beast, and then just few matriarchs to get some extra skeletons. Urakaar is now coming with 1 troll, which will definitely help him a lot. Now actually he has 2nd one, so this will be quite dangerous. But SoulsKeeper finally also made some trolls, so it will be 2 trolls against 2 trolls. And since we have 2 production buildings, that should mean that if SoulsKeeper will be actually utilizing them, we should have more trolls over time. Of course there are also the catapults, but as I said, MaCrOzerg is not really producing any more units right now. He's mainly investing into the expansion. And right now we decided to actually push here to advance. We don't even care about this tower, even though the trolls are not here yet. They are on their way, also with some witches. And this is just pure pressure. As you can see, I don't have mana burn to get some mana from these priests, so we cannot even heal. The trolls are already here, also 1 harpy from SoulsKeeper, and even though Urakaar is coming here with his warriors, once again the beast army is really slow, so he will need to retreat for a while, wait here for the rest of his army, otherwise he will just keep taking free damage, which he's actually taking now from the trolls. Now we see him, so I'm saying that we'll... Alright, I'm not sure if I'm saying that, but I'm probably thinking that we need to push more into the town. I'm just bringing my skeletons in the back to protect this entrance, and the main goal is now to slaughter the economy of this town, so we cannot get anything more from this. As you can see, both of our enemies have ton of resources, so they should have definitely been using them on something. Yeah, Urakaar has 1000 gold and 1000 gems, and he's not really producing now anything, even though he's not even fighting yet. Now he even decided to actually run here, even though he's 1v2, which is definitely not the smartest move. Of course, MaCrOzerg should be also building here something, but now he actually doesn't have any resources, so he cannot do anything. He actually calls it GG and leaves, and obviously Urakaar has no chance in this fight. He has many more units. Even though he splashed down with all of this AoE damage, all of my hive stingers, so I wasn't able to get on the trolls. We should be still able to easily push this. I have only 1 upgrade, but still 3rd level from so many kills. So I also said GG here. We'll see if Urakaar will actually try to play more, but I don't know. He has so many resources right now. Wasn't using them anymore in the end game, so he was probably kinda going for his last fight to see how it goes, and then decided to leave as well. So yeah, let's check the results. The most interesting probably units page, so we can see the kills here. I had almost 70, SoulsKeeper around 50, Urakaar basically the same amount. Of course MaCrOzerg was getting pushed from the beginning, so he had a little bit less. And we can see the researches here. As you can see, SoulsKeeper also got quite a bit of researches, also MaCrOzerg, even though he didn't have too many units. He definitely went for the researches pretty heavily. And then we have the resources. Actually, MaCrOzerg sent all of his resources to Urakaar in the end game, before he left probably. I mean, he could have still tried to maybe make some base with Valkyries in the mountains, because we had 0 air units. It would take us some time before we would actually be able to get there. He still probably had the arc, so he could also take the other expansion in the mountains on the other side of the map. And Urakaar had ton of resources, so, and we didn't have too many siege units, so maybe he could have made like 3 more totems and then just spent all resources on more and more trolls, and maybe he still could have defended us for some time. Then with the Valkyries they could have tried to push us. I think they still had chance, definitely. I'm not saying that they would win, but definitely still had chance, but they decided to not utilize it. Instead of that, just left and decided to probably go for another game, which is also fine. But yeah, you can see the resource difference here a little bit. Of course, Urakaar had an expansion. Outside of that, nothing too interesting. 17 minutes, pretty average. But yeah, once again, at least something a little bit different with another map, not just Darkside Forest, but Redwood Towers, which is probably the second most balanced map, I think. It was also played in the tournament a little bit, so definitely a nice map. Also a little bit bigger, so gives you some options for some expansions maybe. But yeah, thanks for watching and take care, guys.